America's tourism problem, a story of vanishing visitors. While the world is experiencing a global tourism boom, the United States is watching millions of visitors disappear in a single year. What's going on? The answer is simple yet brutal: a $250 visa fee, endless red tape, and a political climate that feels less and less welcoming. Tourists are fed up, and they're heading elsewhere. Canada, Europe, and Asia are quietly stepping up with better prices and a warmer welcome. In this video, we'll break down 7 reasons why U.S. tourism, the global paradox, surging ahead while the U.S. falls behind. Here's a crazy paradox. While many Americans are feeling the pinch at home, the rest of the world is witnessing a travel explosion. Global tourism is projected to be up 7% compared to 2019, with crowds flocking to Paris, Istanbul, and Cancun. But the U.S. is the outlier. Our international arrivals are down 8%, wiping out a staggering $12.5 billion in just 1 year. That's the equivalent of millions of meals that could have been spent in restaurants, hotels, and taxis, providing income for American workers. While other countries are rolling out the welcome mat, we're building more barriers. Turkey, once seen as unstable, just broke tourism records with visa-free access for dozens of countries. Mexico launched all-inclusive travel deals that are cheaper than a 2-day trip to Vegas. And Egypt is pushing e-visas, letting people walk into the pyramids without ever standing in line at a consulate. The world is laying out a red carpet. 1. The visa fee, a price tag on entry. A $250 visa fee for a B1/B2 tourist visa sounds more like a luxury item than a permit to enter the country. For a family of 4, that's $1,000 before flights, hotels, or tickets. Travelers from India, Brazil, and even Canada are now asking, is it really worth it? For them, it feels like a slap in the face, a message that says, we're cutting you off at the gate. This isn't just about money. It's a domino effect. One family-run hotel in Florida reported that bookings from Canadians dropped by nearly 30%. Fewer visitors mean less local tax revenue, fewer jobs, and cuts to city services. The $12.5 billion in lost revenue could have covered utilities for millions of households, but it's gone because we turned visas into a luxury item. 2. Visa policy, the wall of paperwork. America isn't building new walls at the border, but it is building a wall of paperwork that's taller and thicker than any physical fence. Applying for a U.S. visa can take 6 to 12 months, with endless forms, financial documents, and in-person interviews. Meanwhile, in Canada, you can get an e-visa faster than ordering a pizza online. This isn't just bureaucracy, it's a political signal. When international tourists give up, hotels sit half empty, and restaurants lose revenue. An Uber driver in Manhattan said his rides from international tourists dropped by 30% this year. The $12.5 billion in lost revenue didn't vanish into thin air, it disappeared from empty dining tables. 3. Politics and perception, the damaged brand. In the 21st century, politics has become a national brand. When a U.S. leader makes a controversial remark, it can instantly turn the country's image into a slogan nobody wants to buy. A single tweet can wipe out billions in tourism revenue, causing travelers to shift their plans to Canada, Europe, or Asia. This has real-world consequences. A small town in Montana that once thrived on Canadian visitors now has an empty farmer's market and quiet, family-owned shops. The impact is felt by regular people, the diner owners, the cab drivers, and the tour guides, not the politicians. 4. The Canadian neighbor, an accidental winner. While the U.S. loses tourists, Canada has quietly become a big winner. About 28% of international travelers who once chose the U.S. are now picking Canada. The twist? Canada didn't need a flashy global campaign. They just opened the door, smiled, and waited while the U.S. built itself a $250 visa wall. The irony is sharp. America, once the big brother of global tourism, is busy building barriers, while Canada is simply reaching out to collect the fruit that falls. If this trend continues, America won't just lose tourists, it will lose its brand credibility. 5. The luxury tax, America for the wealthy only. A trip to the U.S. was once a shared dream, but now it has become a brand reserved for the wealthy. The combination of a high visa fee, long processing times, and unwelcoming rhetoric is pushing away the middle-class travelers who are the backbone of global tourism. When America turns tourism into a luxury, we don't just lose visitors, we lose the very cash flow that keeps small communities alive. A diner owner in Orlando used to serve tour buses full of visitors from China, but now they have more empty chairs than customers. It's the American service workers who shoulder the cost, with fewer customers, smaller tips, and fewer shifts. 6. The bottom line, we pay the price. When tourism revenue dries up, who pays the price? It's not the tourists. The burden falls on us, the American taxpayers. The $12.5 billion in lost revenue isn't just a statistic, it's lost tax revenue, shrinking local budgets, and public services cut to the bone. Fewer tourists mean less sales tax and fewer jobs. The result? Cities raise local taxes, slash school budgets, and delay road repairs. We're building walls to keep tourists out, but in the end, we're the ones trapped under higher bills and shrinking services. This is only the new global travel order. This trend isn't a temporary blip. A new global travel order is emerging, one where countries that are welcoming, affordable, and easy to visit will thrive. America is still packed with dream destinations, but when politics, high costs, and red tape cast a heavy shadow, travelers will take the simplest option, they'll turn away. And when they do, the first ones to feel the impact are everyday Americans.